Extending a helping hand, students put their hands together to help improve their school. And talking the talk and walking the walk, a shoe store gives back to their community.
And back on track, the Iowa teams get the job done over the weekend.
A spring tease. I'll have more on the near spring temps returning to Iowa City.
All that and more
Coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. Today is Monday, February 19th, and I'm Ashley Wheel.
And I'm Michael Merrick.
And the third member of our team, Sarah Adams, is live inside the Daily Iowa newsroom right now to tell us today's weather story. It really started to cool down over this weekend, and we even saw some snow starting to stick around a little bit longer than I expected. Are we getting ready to head back into those chilly winter weathers?
Thanks, guys. The snow has melted, and it is looking warmer, like warmer weather will be returning. I am currently live in the newsroom, and outside right now it is 25 degrees. The weather today is heading back to the near 50s with a high of 49 and a low of 29. Partly cloudy throughout the day, but still some sunshine to go around. Tomorrow will continue to warm up as we will have a high of 53 degrees with the sun coming back out. And personally, I'm really thankful to see the sun coming back out today. I'll be back with the rest of the week later. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. I'd have to agree. This weather has been calming down recently, especially after those extreme storms we had back in January when it kind of put a pause on everything.
Exactly, Ashley. It's nice to see some stuff starting to get a little bit warmer, but for our top story of the day, we have DITV's Jace Bertrand in Coralville, where he's covering one event that was postponed due to that weather.
Thanks, Michael. I'm here at Northwest Junior High School, where students and Home Depot employees are working together to give to the community. Working in partnership with the Home Depot Foundation, students from Northwest Junior High School are building 25 desks for students in need.
Some of them may go to students here at our school, and other desks may be donated to other students in our school district.
The project was initially scheduled in January for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. However, weather advisories and freeze warnings forced the event to be delayed until February.
It's really fun because I really enjoy making things, especially out of wood with drills and stuff.
By working with Team Depot, students have been able to learn about woodworking with hands-on experience.
I never made a desk before or anything, so I was just thinking about why not try to make a desk?
There is a pretty good range of some students have never used a drill and some have, but they all help each other out, and being hands-on, they seem to be interested in being able to get in and actually hold that drill and use it, so it's been fun.
Students will work on the desks throughout the week, where they will then give it to students and peers in need. I'll send it back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Jace. And a 12-year-old was nearly abducted over the weekend. Iowa City police are still investigating the situation, but a 12-year-old boy reported that a man wearing a black leather coat, black gloves, and a hooded sweatshirt attempted to abduct him on Sunday near Oakland Cemetery. If you know anything, the public is encouraged to contact Detective Ryan Wood at the phone number or email on screen now. There is a $1,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. And celebrating Black history, a new art exhibit has opened at the Visual Arts Building, and we have DITV's Sydney Goldberg live there now at the exhibit to tell us more about it. Sydney, what is this new exhibit showcasing?
Well, Ashley, this exhibit, Beyond Her Arrival, explores Black culture through a science fiction lens in the art form known as Afrofuturism. Although the exhibit was supposed to open this morning, it should open today no later than 7 p.m. It had to get pushed back a couple hours due to some difficulties so it could get set up properly. Catrice Kelly, a Master of Fine Arts student, uses collages, yarn, and synthetic hair to depict a sci-fi and dystopian-inspired Black future. Kelly says that the idea for this exhibit came to her while focusing on her dreams as she worked through identity issues tied to her hair.
When I focused more and more on my dreams, I started realizing that there was a lot of dystopian world types of things, and I also realized there was a lot of sci-fi
This exhibit is set to open tonight around 7 p.m. and will be open until the end of this week with a closing reception on Friday the 23rd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. I'll send it back to you in the studio, Ashley.
Thanks, City. And more than just shoes, we have DITV's David Consuelos now with a story about a shoe store that's making a greater impact to the community.
In order to outreach to the community, Tribute Cakes does numerous donation drives to give back and help out the Coralville, Iowa City area.
So we always look to kind of like the community to see if there's like any spots to donate to before we pick a spot. We kind of also base it like on the time of the year too.
In addition to their food drives, Tribute Cakes also donates a portion of their profits to support men's mental health and promote well-being.
So the kind of decision, it kind of hit home on my my partner's side. He had a mom who passed away and a brother who passed away due to suicide. So it kind of resonates home with him. But we think it's very important to give back and make sure that everybody is like in a great mental state, because you never know what someone's going to go through.
In addition to Tribute's dedication to the community, their origins stem in Iowa City. Co-owner Zach Grant began his shoe selling days during his journey as a Hawkeye.
Throughout there, I was just living in an apartment and I was selling shoes straight from the apartment. I would like ship shoes from there. I would do local meetups. Kind of missed the class a little bit, but professors were pretty understandable on that.
From their Hawkeye background to doing food drives to promoting mental well-being, Tribute Cakes has established themselves as a unique business for all to enjoy. From Tribute Cakes in Coralville, David Consuelos, DITV.
Commencement is coming up later. We have commencement is getting it a new do. We'll have more on the changes for UI 2024 grads later in the show. But first, we're going to send it back out to Sarah Adams, who is still live in the newsroom for our forecast for this week ahead.
Sarah, will these 50-degree days be sticking around this week?
Thanks, Michael. It is looking like these 50-degree days will be sticking around. Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday will all be pushing 60 degrees this week. And while Friday and Saturday will be a bit cooler, Friday will only reach the mid-40s for the high, but we're also expecting some gusty winds this week. Thursday is expected to reach winds up to 16 miles per hour, and the low for this weekend winds is 10 miles per hour. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. And now this was a big weekend for Hawkeye sports. It just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, Ashley, there's never really a weekend off in Hawkeye athletics. And it all starts with the Iowa men's basketball team, who are looking to upset their rival Wisconsin Badgers in front of a sold-out Carver crowd. DITV's Johnny Volman and Elise Gann have more on the play that won the game.
The Hawkeyes men's basketball team put their fans through another roller coaster that needed overtime to decide a winner. And tied at 86 with seconds ticking down, Tony Perkins found his way into the paint and put in the game-winning layup to upset the Badgers.
I wasn't really tripping, I just turned, and then after you grabbed it, just picked up the ball. I thought the clock was like almost about to go out, so I just threw it up. It went in, so I'll take it.
Early on, though, both Perkins and his teammates struggled to keep up with the Badgers as they trailed by 12 halfway through the first.
It seems like we're either up or down. You know, it'd be nice to get a lead and keep it.
Iowa stayed in it, and the two teams would exchange momentum swings throughout the game.
Something usually happens along the way to either ignite that run or to put you in a rut.
The key to Iowa's win was out-rebounding the Badgers and scoring more second-chance points.
I've been telling the guys, you know, we got to be the bullies the last few games that we lost, that we should have won. We allowed them to get in our space and do certain things that they do and make us uncomfortable when we should be doing the same thing to do.
And Elise, while Tony Perkins did hit the game-winning shot, there is another Hawkeye who was knocking down shots all day and was a big factor in their win.
That's right, Johnny. Freshman Owen Freeman had one of his best games of the season. He hit every single shot on the field and was consistent.
Freeman went 6 for 6 on the field, leading the Hawkeyes with 20 points and making this game his 5th double-double of his career. With the guidance and support from his older teammates, Freeman looks to stay locked in while also helping his team continue their hot streak.
This game was huge, and I knew I had to step up because they have some great players on their side. So I really had to lock in. I was locked in. I was really locked into practice yesterday, and just came locked in today, and allowed us to get the win too.
Besides Freeman, other freshmen are also heating up on the court and dominating their way through the season.
I want to play all those young guys, and you see what Brock's capable of, and I think Price is really making great strides. Lodgy was really good today.
Although the Iowa men's basketball team took care of business here at Carver, there is another Hawkeye team facing the Badgers.
Yes, Elise, and with the rivals still in town, the Iowa wrestling team took on the Wisconsin Badgers on Sunday, and AJ Reister has more on a special Senior Sunday.
Thanks, Johnny and Elise. That game on Saturday looked like a roller coaster, but today it was smooth sailing for the Iowa wrestling team as they sent off their seniors in style with a 34-7 victory over the 22nd ranked Wisconsin Badgers, bouncing back from consecutive losses to Michigan and Penn State.
Senior Brody Teske scored the first points for Iowa with a tech fall at 133 pounds.
To be able to wrestle here today and finish off the career here, it's pretty special, you know, being that little kid living his dream.
Fellow senior Real Woods followed him up with his first pin of the year at 141.
It might have meant more than people realize. I don't consider myself a pinner too much. I tend to get a lot more tech falls, so I kind of made it a point to try to get that pin.
Senior transfer Jared Franek notched a major decision in his final meet at Carver, and Patrick Kennedy ended his final match early as well with a tech fall.
After the win, Hawkeye seniors were honored, and those who were suspended due to the gambling scandal got one more chance in the spotlight.
I mean, we've been dealing with this since May. I mean, it's just how it went down with those guys, with Cassiope, and then even the guys with 1 year suspensions that got a year left. I mean, it's really, really unfortunate, and it should not have happened, and we all know that.
Iowa will now travel to Stillwater to battle with the Cowboys next week before preparing for the Big Ten Championships. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, AJ Reister, DITV Sports.
And the Iowa baseball team began their season this weekend in South Carolina. The Hawks started the season strong, going 2-1 in the Shipyard Tournament, and their first game of the season started with a bang. Literally, on the first pitch of the season, junior Sam Peterson led off for the Hawkeyes, scoring a dinger to left field. Peterson would finish going 3 for 5 and kept up his hot streak throughout the rest of the weekend, stealing 3 bases during the second game. But the mound might be where the Hawks impressed the most. Surprising no one, junior Brody Breck dominated, striking out 11 batters, and junior Marcus Morgan followed the next day, pitching a shutout for the first 5 innings and also striking out a career-high 9 hitters in their win against Ball State. And the Hawkeyes will play their home opener tomorrow against Loras at 3:30. Iowa gymnastics team lost a tough one on senior night to the 13th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, dropping it by less than 1 point. And despite scoring a season high on the floor event, errors kept the Hawks from pulling out the W. On the other side, Ohio State seems to do almost everything right. Their landings were more controlled, and that helped them dominate throughout the night. But the Hawks did have some strong performances as Karina Munoz earned 2nd place overall, and just her 2nd time competing in all 4 events this season.
Thanks, Michael. And UI graduates will have a new cap and gown that is more affordable and sustainable this year. The UI is now partnering with Herff Jones for their graduation wear. The gowns will look a little bit different than previous years, with undergrad gowns will showcase a gold satin cuff and Iowa is embroidered onto the gown. Graduate gowns will now have a hood, which you can see here, attached to the match of their college. And doctorate students will have a tam instead of a traditional cap, along with a gold velvet accent on the front of their gowns. And these are all made with 100% recycled material. Just a
great
cool
thing to see, you know. Yeah. Love to hear it. We're gonna have to get those cap and gowns pretty soon.
Don't remind me. But thank you so much for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
For Sarah Adams, Michael Merrick, I'm Ashley Wheel. We'll see you again on Wednesday morning right here on DITV.